Chickpeas are the perfect plant-based protein beans for you to try out because they are very delicious. They have lots of nutrients, creamy, very affordable. That is if you're going to source out your chickpeas in a cereal shop or a grain store. And also, there are lots of ways that you can use chickpeas. That means that they're super versatile. You can use in salads, make hummus, make some delicious curry just like this, and everything is going to turn out delicious. Here's my bite. You're going to soak your chickpeas overnight, and this is going to make them very easy for you to boil. And in the morning, they'll be plumped up just like this. You're going to prep up a few other ingredients, which you're going to find listed in the description box in the right quantity. You'll need a pressure cooker or just your regular pot. But when it comes to pressure cooker, it saves a lot of time. So now, I'm going to place over medium-high flame and transfer in the chickpeas. That is around half a kg of chickpeas with 2 cups of water. Cover my pot. Boil your chickpeas for around 3 to 5 whistles at most. Now, you're going to need some rice for the recipe because you're going to be making a very flavorful rice side dish. And this is 1 cup. And of course, as always, you can double, triple the ingredients to make some more recipe, that is rice or chickpeas for your family. Also, you're going to prep up some onions. We have tomatoes, some garlic and ginger, cashew nuts, we have coriander, tomato paste, and a few spices. So I'm going to wait for my chickpeas to boil until tender. For your rice, you're going to wash several times to get rid of the excess starch in the rice. Then you're going to be soaking for around 10-15 minutes. To be honest, it has taken me around 30 minutes to boil my chickpeas until tender, which still is a win because it's half the time that I would use to boil when using a charcoal stove. Now, we're going to get straight into cooking. I'm going to grab a pan for my chickpea and a pan for my rice. We're going to be multitasking and it's going to take a very short time. So I'll start off by placing a pan, adding 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Add in 1 large thinly sliced onion. Saute your onions for around a minute or until your onions get a lovely golden brown color. As my onions are cooking, I'm going to add in my minced garlic and ginger and let everything cook. So in a matter of around 10 seconds, the kitchen is going to get so flavorful from the garlic and ginger and the onions cooking. Make sure the flames are not too high so that the onions can cook slowly, releasing a very nice onion flavor. And also you don't want some dark bits of burnt onion in your food. Just keep on stirring because also the garlic and ginger burns very fast. I'm going to start off cooking my rice by placing my pan over medium flame and adding in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Then I'm going to be toasting my whole seeds, and I have fennel seeds, cumin seeds, black peppercorns, and a Star Anise. Toasting the spices is going to wake up all those lovely aromas in the spices, hence your rice is going to get very flavorful. Immediately you cut the crackling sound from the whole spices, you're going to add in salt. I'm going to add in around a teaspoon. Drain your rice and add in the pan. This is after around 1.5 minutes, and as you can see, the onions have that gorgeous color that we're looking for. So now you're going to add in 1 large tomato, 1 heaped teaspoon of tomato paste, add in some curry powder, paprika, garlic powder. We have some chili flakes, which are quite optional, onion powder, and mustard seeds. Stir in and add in a splash of water. For seasoning, I'm going to be adding in salt, around a 1/4 teaspoon. And once you add in the water, everything is going to get very thick, very luscious. So you're going to cook the tomatoes for around a minute or 2. The kitchen is smelling absolutely amazing from the spices toasting. That is the whole spices for my rice. Now, after adding in your rice, you're going to toast the rice for around a minute or 2. And this step is very crucial because the rice is going to soak in all that flavorful oil from the whole spices. We are cooking 1 cup of rice. So now I'm going to add in 2 cups of water. Stir in the water, cook your rice for around 3 to 5 minutes until the water is fully evaporated. I'm going to check on my delicious curry, which is looking so good. The tomatoes are cooking down. We have a very nice, very flavorful sauce. Already everything is just perfect. So it's just a matter of adding in the chickpeas and adding the final touch, which I'm going to be doing in a minute. Keep on watching your tomatoes as they're cooking so that they don't burn. And adding the splash of water is going to help everything cook perfectly. When you notice oil separating from the tomatoes, that means that everything is ready. So now you're going to be adding in your chickpea. This is a recipe for around 2 people. So I'm going to be cooking half of the chickpeas. So I'm going to transfer into my pan. Keep the rest in a Ziploc. Put it in the freezer. So that I can cook some other day. Then I'm going to stir in the chickpeas. Once the chickpeas are fully coated with the delicious sauce, you're going to add in around half a cup of water. Then you're going to let this simmer for around a minute. You're going to check the seasoning if it's not perfect. You're going to check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, you can throw in some more salt. And wow, we have a kick of spiciness from the chili flakes. I always get excited when it comes to spicy food because there's just something about adding in some chili flakes, some fresh green pepper, green chilies that is to your food that makes it so delicious. Back to my rice. The water has evaporated, so I'm going to reduce the flames to low. Cover my pot. Then I'm going to slowly simmer the rice for around 5 minutes until the rice is ready. Chickpea is a great source of plant-based protein and also has nutrients like iron, folate, magnesium, and zinc. It's high in fiber. That means that you're going to be full for longer and also regulates blood sugar levels. So that means that chickpeas are great for people with diabetes. And the last fact, chickpeas are gluten-free. That means that if you're looking forward to lose some weight, this is the food for you to enjoy regularly. Now, you're going to add the final touch, which is cashews, which are going to add in creaminess to your chickpea curry. Add in a 1/3 cup of cashew nuts and half a cup of water. Cover, then you're going to blend until smooth. Nice and smooth. So I'm going to check on my curry. Stir in, and as you can see, everything is just looking perfect. So now I'm going to add in my cashew puree. After adding in the cashew puree, you're going to reduce the flame so that your curry doesn't burn. And after a few minutes, just look at this. So good, so creamy. So I'm going to add in the final touch, which is coriander. Also, my rice is ready. As you can see, the outcome is just incredible. So I'm going to use a fork and fluff up my rice. And as I fluff up, I'm going to add a touch of color to the rice by adding in some coriander. And also you'll notice that the rice is not too dry, just moist. Because everything is ready, it's time to serve my delicious rice and curry. I remember the first time I tried out chickpeas. It was at a friend's house, and the first bite was so delicious, very creamy. I had to ask, what bean is this? And to my surprise, it was chickpea. Very tender on the inside, very flavorful since we added in some spices which are bold and warm. And also, the sauce is perfect for each bite. This is a perfect vegan-friendly recipe for you to try out.